What's going on, everybody? Braden, Jake, Nugget, Bjorn, Alex, I'm too pal. What up, what up? So I made some changes on my Nuke Monk weapon. I added fire. Added fire to help me out a little bit on those frost lanes. And then I added Grave Infection, which is just a really good mod. I got this mod from Momo. And it's a really, really good mod. But this allows me to still hit for those 600 mil nukes. Let's see. Yeah, 617 million. So I can still hit for the 600 million nukes, but let me show you all this thing real quick. I'm going to hop into just a regular old expedition. This is the best map to show this stuff. Where is it? Crumbled Bulwark. Central, what's up? Renato? Ascension on all heroes is the same, pretty much, Renato. Go into here if you're talking about hero damage. Go into hero crit chance, and then hero crit damage first, and then just put the points into whatever abilities you're using the most. No, hero damage is your primary and secondary attacks, Bjorn. So hero damage is going to affect your left and right click or your left and right trigger. It doesn't change the graphic for the Monk Sunbaked, but it does look like it's doing more damage. It's I'm gonna do some testing with it here today. Let me just set up a generic setup over here because I wanna test this out down in the lower lane without fear of getting wrecked. Let me just set this tab up here real quick. Exclamation WM in chat there, Cherry. Alright. So, I'm going to just put down here, I'm going to put like a last resort in case I do get overrun. There we go. Alright, now, looking at this Grave Infection. Enemies killed have a 16% chance of spawning a pirate skeleton that lasts for 16 seconds. Poison surrounding enemies for 1.495, or just 1.5 mil damage over 10 seconds. Now the first question I asked, and everybody else asked, is this divided over the course of the 10 seconds? So is it 150,000 damage per second? If that's the case, it would not be a very good mod. Or it wouldn't be a great mod anyway. However, it's not. It's ticking for that full amount each time. So let me show you all here. This is just ridiculously good. Let me throw an upgrade on that so I don't get flyers smack me in the face. Okay, there's some skellies popped. And look at the damage. 1.4, 2 million, 2.4. See, it crits as well. See, just so skeletons are clearing that lane right there. Just ridiculously good. What's going on there, David? Yeah, that's the Grave Infection. These little skellies right here, little skull and crossbones. I'm wondering what a perfect one looks like. It's one of the pirate mods there, Bjorn. So it comes from one of the two new pirate maps. Called Grave Infection. Anyway, it looks like that was it for the mobs. I didn't want to actually run that map. I just wanted to show you all the power of that bad boy right there. Yeah, the two new maps that were just added. There's what? I can't remember what I call it, what they're called properly, because I always call them different things. It's the, every time you do one of the high seas map, either one of the maps, in any chaos tier, you're going to get a pirate mod from the victory chest. Anyway, that thing is really, really good. Now let's hop on in and get some Onslaught going here. Starting at floor 205. As always, I'm going to be re-rolling Assault on Throne Room and Nimbus Reach, as I'm just done with those maps. I just don't want to do them again. All streams have about a 20-second delay there, Bjorn. Usually between 12 and 20 seconds. And depending on your connection, sometimes it can go up to minutes. I take lots of breaks random. I play different stuff every single day. I don't just sit here and grind DD2 all day. Alright, let's see what we got. We got an air raid over here. And we got EMP zappers there. This has kind of become my standard for this map, for these flyer lanes in High Onslaught. And it's one Skyguard and one PDT. Let's see, we got Cyfrost Whoppers. My day's good there, Otter, just getting started. We got a Game Ogre over there. The Game Ogre theoretically will be easy. Let me get some Frosty Power going here. It's alright, they can't be stunned, but they can be slowed. So let's slow them up. And then these are boss killer Lightning Strike Auras, so the best Omega Wave killer in the game right here is without a doubt Lightning Strike Auras. Cannons are a very, very close second, but cannons of course cost 10 more DU for the same amount of damage. Because the storm damage doesn't actually do anything bad, where the fire damage is making the standard dart shot do double damage against frost enemies. I used to have the reason I had the storm damage on it before is I was hoping they were going to re-enable the water elemental mod, but they didn't. So since they didn't, it made it no good for me. Alright, we got immune to slow and pilot on in the middle. How we want to do this? Guess we can just spawn camp them. Kinda spawn camping them. Kinda, but not really. And these guys are going to be immune to slow, so that makes me want to get a poison dart tower in. I use anti-melee, anti-chaos, and anti-mini-boss on my Lightning Strike Auras. So, like, versus these ogres, it's going to be getting a bonus damage from anti-melee and bonus damage from anti-mini-boss. So basically, my LSAs are going to do double damage against the ogres. Shock PDT does not actually stun enemies unless you're drenching them from another source. So, storm damage doesn't add anything. If the enemies are drenched, then it will provide the electrocute combo. If they're not drenched, it doesn't do anything other than look pretty. And it does look cool. I'll give it that. But storm damage on a PDT by itself doesn't do anything without having an alternate source of drench going on. Let's see. Not sure if I like this idea. You know what? I'm going to go 2 nodes. I'm going to move it back a little bit. Let's go 2 nodes like that. That leaves me 80. Well, then I guess I could go I could go something like this. That's pretty good, huh? You just want to climb floors once there, Demon. I mean, if you're doing 2 AP resets a day, you already know how to do it, so I don't know why you're even bothering asking. I use Ramsters quite often. Just, I don't like Ramsters on this lane because of the flyers. Air Raid Lamb will just dive bomb those Ramsters. Ramsters are great. Alright, now what do I want to upgrade? Let's go double up there and a single up there. Well, let's make it happen. I'm thinking this lane should be the most difficult. I'm finding myself using Fishers more than Ramsters these days, and I've got them both set up the same way with Anti-Frost. But Ramsters are very good. Never underestimate the Ramster. If I can get those grave infections popped right up in there in the entrance, it's just gonna melt these guys when they come out. By grinding it out there, Bjorn. I mean, it was a different system back then, but my last little stretch at doing AP resets, I had reset multiple times. Like three times, I think, is the best I did in one day. But it's not a matter of, you don't need the Ascension. The Ascension's not that big of a deal. Where it helps you is if the higher your minimum Ascension is, first off, you don't have to grind any Ascension once you get up to your target floor. But second off, you're getting the Ascension cap increases based off of your Ascension and your floor. So if you get a high minimum Ascension, you're getting free Ascension caps every time you reset. No, you want to mix other stuff in there, Otter. Bee spam is not as effective as it used to be. It's still good, but there's target limitations now, so you don't want to use just bees. You want to add other things. I'm not using range, nah. Lightning Strike R's have a pretty big range, so I'm currently not using range on them. I do use range on them periodically, but right now I'm not. Since these are my boss killers, I'm focused 100% on damage and nothing else. See those ogres? Yeah, the ogres are just popping over there. Yeah, if your minimum's 500 plus, you're in pretty good shape. So you're getting 10, just from your minimum Ascension, you're getting 10 free Ascension cap points every time you reset. So every single time you're going to get 10 raised on your Ascension caps. I personally think skeletal archers need a little bit more range. They hit really hard, but they're... The reason I personally don't use them is I just don't think their range is good enough. Seems to me like that should, at a minimum, have the same range as like cannonballs, maybe. I do really like them though. That's just a super cool looking defense. I normally do Ollie, but right now I don't have it in there. You see, I'm not buffing anything right now. I was playing around with it in different defenses, and I haven't put it back in yet. Yeah, Onslaught has completely changed there, Nick. It's now one map floors. So, the difficulty, your previous floor's difficulty is now lower. instead of, you know, whatever mobs you were at on floor 70 plus is now the level of those mobs at floor 32. But the new rewards are there at wave 40 and 40, or floor 40 and 45 now. So they may just give them to you for free. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I'll be replaying that one. I was just completely ignoring it. AFK mode there. Yeah, that's actually really low compared to what most people are doing there, Demon. Mega Shark's not as good, in my opinion. It's a novelty weapon. I personally use Controlled Burst 3. I mean, the difference is they're so close. The benefit the Mega Shark has is the Controlled Burst shoots 6 times a second. The Mega Shark shoots 8 times a second. So that would allow you to get more chances at procs if you have like shards or mods that are a percentage chance on hit to happen. But I personally don't use the Mega Shark anymore at all. Sitting there spacing off over there on that flyer lane where this is where I should have been. It's alright. Not gonna let you Lady Orcs by me this time. See, my grave infection is right up front, right on point, getting shots in. Bosses are still burning over there. Are they? Oh yeah. Yeah, they're getting wrecked. You save up crafting materials to do to upgrade one relic. Demon's not doing anything revolutionary. It's what everybody's doing. I mean, all you have to do is just do it, and you'll say, oh, okay. If you have enough crafting materials to upgrade one relic, you're going to be doing like 4 and 5 minute maps. And you're going to burn through the resets super quick. But I mean, everybody that's spamming reset right now, that's what they're doing. Everybody's doing it in 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how AFK you are. It's not anymore, Bjorn, because of the way they changed the loot system. It's actually it's really close to the same. Uh-oh. Lady Orcs again. Ooh, man, they got all uppity in a hurry back there, huh? Better pay attention here. This is floor 205. Having way too many close calls. Thank God for replay, huh? Well, it caps at 6 per map. You can't get more than 6 on a map. Unless they've changed something over the last 2 weeks or so. As far as moat farming goes. So you go until if you get 5 moats in the first wave, you just back out right then. You don't even go to wave 2. No, you don't need any gear. You just upgrade one relic. You get the gear as you go. I mean, let's be honest. Until you get high-level mobs in the mix, you can use just flame auras. You can use just poison dart towers. I mean, just anything with the right mods and shards will carry you through. And then supplement those defenses with items that you find. But, I mean, if you... It's an AFK game right now. It's a complete snooze fest. There's people complaining on the forums about it quite a bit, but it literally is full AFK. So, like, one of the... You know, I hate to even say it because it sounds a little harsh, but, like, one of the requirements before using Ancient Power is having a nice long series on Netflix you want to watch. Because if not, you're gonna... If you sit there and stare at the waves, you're gonna be bored to tears. I mean, resetting Ancient Power has always been an AFK fest, though. That's nothing new. It's just there's a different way to do it now. And, you know, with the crafting system being a thing, it's the obvious choice. And when I did it, I used just Poison Dart Towers was the only thing I upgraded. There was just no need for anything else. You don't need more than one defense. You're just wasting materials at that point. I mean, if you want to, do what you want. It's your game. You know, it's your experience. But if you're actually trying to, like, min-max your amount of expenditure and everything, don't do more than one defense for sure. Nah, no data transfer. That would be awesome if it was a thing there, Dark, but no. I've asked Trendy for that many times. And they just say, nope, not gonna happen. Well, I mean, more mods were added to the pool. Their fighting shooter. So, I mean, technically your chances of getting them went down. You know, more mods. That's the bad thing about getting new heroes. It dilutes the mod pool. The Barbarian is what killed C4. When the Barbarian came, the Chaos 4 pool got diluted. That's extremely good if you got that many. If you did 15 maps a day for 4 days and you got 2, that's extremely lucky. That's only 60 maps. I mean, I did hundreds of maps before I got my very first one. In fact, I was at C5 already before I even knew they existed. Back when C5 was the thing, and people asked me why. Originally, Chaos 5 was the highest you could go. And people ask me why I'm not using defense rate. I'm like, defense what? I had no clue it was even a thing. Well, the mod pool is there's a certain amount of shards that drop. Shard pool is what we're talking about, but there's a certain amount of shards that drop in each chaos tier. Well, there's floor 205. That was actually really easy. I had to replay, but I was sitting there staring at chat the whole time. Let's see what we get here. Well, it's not assault, so I'll do it. If it was assault, I would bail on this bad boy. Done with that one. Alright, we got high rollers up top. That's going to be a little bit irritating on this lane. Not too bad. Mega Squad Zeta. Let's just get this roller protection in here now. See, we got armored. Reduce physical, increase magic. Some cyborgs, but nothing to be overly alarmed about there. I want to take advantage of this grave infection as best I can. Is there berserkers in there? No, no berserkers. Yeah, it gets to as few as 15 maps. I don't remember what AP reset it is, but one of the AP resets, it's 15 floors you have to do, which means it's 15 maps you have to do. You just have to be able to get through that first one to start getting gear, basically, to assist you for the rest of your way. So we got pilot on, we want conditions. Orc, we do have lady orcs here. And we wanted conditions, so let's get some poison as well. So here we're going to have a stun, a slow, and a poison. I think just a couple of... Well, let's get one flame aura and 2 lightning strikes to deal with those lady orcs. That should get me on that lane. Yeah, champion score means absolutely nothing there, Miss Minxie. It's just used for gating, just to unlock the various chaos tiers. Once you get to chaos 7, you should just ignore it. It doesn't even include the things that matter. I mean, what gets you through the game is your relics. Relics aren't even included in champion score. Let's see, what does that leave me? It leaves me 340. It's only 170 per lane, but I think that's good, and I will camp this lane with these Cyfrost Whompers. Let's just go ahead and grab that there. Alright, we got it kind of easy up here, it looks like. That should kill those Draken with proximity on them. And that leaves me 160 for right here, which is pretty darn nice. So why don't we do this? Wait a minute, that leaves me 80. You know what, let's just do 3 fishers. That should actually smoke this lane, I believe. I actually just changed my flame auras. I'm gonna do... The tenacity is a good route. However, I've been saying that this whole time, range is better than tenacity. So I went with range. So now I got the big old fatty flame auras. No, I don't use the destruction exploit. I use rate, destruction, and vampiric. I've got mass destruction on my flame auras. As far as lightning strikes goes, all I've got is the gambit, yeah. Alright, let's get some of them grave infections popped up in there. Oh man, if I stand here on that PDT, it's going to get owned. That roller lane will definitely have its way with that. Looks like I had one of them there. A couple of upgrades will do me good here. I won't have to camp it so heavily then. Yeah, mass destruction and destruction are not supposed to stack, but they have for, I want to say, almost a year now, and Trendy hasn't fixed it. So, I mean, when does it become a feature instead of a bug, is the question. You know, Trendy's acknowledged that it's an issue, but they haven't said anything about whether or not they're going to do anything about it. Oh, roller rocket to the face. I do use destruction. I use destruction, vampiric, and rate. Destruction, vampiric, and rate. I use destruction on every damaging defense. I mean, it's the one of the single strongest shards in the game as far as standard non-hyper shards. Alright, let's get these upped. I'll take care of that. Actually, I think we got enough to do an upgrade on everything. I'm not sure. I may need more ups in that flamey lane. I got those flame auras are actually in bad placement, but I'm trying to get some booms up front. I don't have boom on my fishers anymore. I took frost boom off and put anti-orc on it. Exclamation nuke there, sir. This is the nuke monk. That's what he specializes in, is killing siege rollers. If you like ranged heroes, then the gunwitch would be better. If you like melee heroes, then the barbarian would be better. That's up to you there, Sadiq. I personally like the gunwitch better. It's because I liked ranged heroes better. And that's 100% the only reason. If I was a big fan of melee, then I would be barbing out. There's no doubt about it. There is no max ancient power. I've got my ascension points capped. You see, I'm at the 999 caps. However, I don't have all the ancient powers. I've got 42. But there is no max. You can go as high as you want. I mean, there's 70 points that you can put into, but a lot of these points I just don't care about. These 5 I don't care about. These 5 I don't care about. I wouldn't complain about having these 4 here, but I'm not overly concerned with it. Same thing here. I would love to have 2 more points for that one, but I'm not overly concerned with it. So I don't bother. Oh, nice there, Tom. Always nice getting your first hero. In my opinion, it's completely pointless to grind AP once you get to a point where you're happy with the AP points you have into the powers and you're at the ascension caps. That's the 2 reasons that you do ancient power. So doing any more than that, in my mind, is just, you know, you do it because you want to show up higher on the leaderboards, and that's really the only reason. I don't play any games, really. I mean, if it was a score-based game, I would play for leaderboards, but I'm not going to play for leaderboards in a grind game. I wouldn't get any videos done. There would be no videos on my channel, and I certainly wouldn't be live streaming right now. I would be grind, 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 grind. So yeah, it's just not a thing I'm really interested in doing. But if you are, have at it, you know. That's the beauty of a cooperative PvE game like this, is you choose your game, you know. Man, I'm gonna get wrecked here. Oof. 168 to me is just silly. I mean, you got to be a whole lot of bored to go to 168 AP. But I mean, if you are, it's there for you if that's your thing, you know. Oh, they're all stuck. That's what happens when one of them goes sideways. There we go. Now they're in a line again. Line up proper, rollers. Do it like I told you. Just trying to get a heal off here, for God's sakes. Ugh. Everything that was healed is insta gone. There we go. Very nice. Yeah, Nictus is a grinder. There's no doubt about it. He is the master of grind. He was up there in the top couple on Ascension level back in the day. You don't use any one thing. Guinea, you look at the lanes and the mutators and you build that lane. You build each lane your own way. So like this lane, I've got... What do I have? I've got Flame Auras, Fissures, and a Poison Dart Tower. This lane, I got Weapon Manufacturers, a Flame Aura, and a Lightning Strike. Over here, I've got a Poison Dart Tower, a Weapon Manufacturer, a Lightning Strike, and a Flame Aura. So, I mean, there is no build this and you will win. Each lane is different in Onslaught. That's what Onslaught is all about. It's all about checking the lanes and checking the mutators. Like here on this lane with Armored, I wouldn't want to use anything that's physical damage. It's up to you. Really sorry. I think exclamation next hero will give you a rundown of Lightrayne's little Steam Workshop thing he did on the heroes, but get what looks like the most fun to you. If you continue playing the game and you like the game and you want to put a lot of time into it, you're eventually going to have all the heroes, so what order you get them in really doesn't matter. I personally would get the EV2, but that's because that's my favorite. I would like DD3 to be DD1 with current graphics, is what I would like to see. I loved DD1. I really loved just about everything about it. I loved having a customizable tavern. I loved having Nightmare Hardcore toggles that you could turn on and off. I loved having pure strategy mode. I think what would make the perfect Dungeon Defenders game is Dungeon Defenders 1 with 2018 graphics. In my opinion. I think they should go back more to a DD1 flavor, if I was to ask. Marcos isn't doing floors anymore, Demon. Marcos has dropped himself down to like 5th or 6th place now. Oh yeah. Gots to have the Jester. No doubt about it there, Guinea. Come on, dude. Get out the hole. I want to shoot you now. They're getting close. I should have killed the one in the front. There we go. That was a little too close for comfort. The community development team works on DD1. Trendy's not going to do anything else with DD1. I mean, they approve the community development team updates and stuff, but that's it. Alright, might have to pay attention up there, this wave. We got old Captain Dreadbones rolling out. Let me get an upgrade up here. And I hate to hang out over here. I'm afraid that poison dart tower is going to get wrecked. I guess if I hang out way up high, maybe. Maybe the rollers won't shoot it. One of the things I really miss from DD1 is that pure strategy mode. I did really enjoy that. For me, if I want to play an active hero game where you're full on all the time, it's all about your hero. To be honest, I'd rather play Warframe. But I like the strategy aspect of DD2 and the tower defense aspect of it. You know what? Or he's coming. I wish he'd just get his butt out here so I can kill him. I want to go over there and kill that front roller. Come on, Dreadbones. What's going on there, Garrett? I just told you, Guinea. You look at the lanes and build for the lanes that are there. Shoot. God dang it. Pure strategy mode was towers only. Your hero couldn't do anything. You could go around and repair defenses and build defenses, but that was it. It was all about the strategy. Yeah, that's an easy one there, Miss Minxie. Aquanos all day long. Aquanos was the stuff. I would love to see that in DD2. Alright, let's see what changed. We got a Skelly up there now. We got a Yeti down here now. Alright. It is weird how it re-rolls the bosses and stuff. Because the monk is one of my favorite heroes, Garrett. My two favorite heroes are the monk and the EV2. So every map I will usually build with the monk and the EV2. It's just what I like. It's from DD1, you know. I didn't do a single map ever in DD1 without full aura stacks on a lane. I love auras. Oof. Dude hit hard. Alright, let's get this Yeti down. A long shot. Let me shoot him from over here. There we go. Slikelion I'm going to ignore. I got that front roller, so I don't think I have to worry about the rollers. I mean, other than them shoot me in the face with rockets, of course. Exclamation spotlights in chat, Garrett, and you can look through all of my defenses individually. It'll give you a rundown. It's a playlist of heroes and defenses and how I build them. So you can go there and see how to get it done. Just skip over any videos you're not interested in and just go to the ones that you want to learn about those defenses. Here we go. Best way to farm gold is to do the highest chaos tiered expedition you can and always continue to get the win streak bonus. That playlist I update, it's all new stuff. Here, I'll do it. Oh, somebody already did it. David typed it in there. Just click on that playlist. Everything in that playlist is current. Not a video on that playlist that is not updated. I delete stuff instantly from that playlist as soon as it becomes outdated. Chaos 7. There, Iron Master, you'll have it really quick. If you just grind Chaos 7 maps for a few hours, you'll have the gold. I'm going to try to skip adventure mode and go right to C1 there, Marcel, on that playthrough. I don't know how well that's going to work out, but I'm going to try. I'm going to get wrecked. There's no doubt about it. Alright, what do we got for bosses? We got Nash and then the Skelly. The only one I really need to worry about is Nash. So let's do it. Sit here and shoot all these guys in the face. Oh, we'll just do the highest chaos tier you can then. If you're not at Chaos 7 yet, you really shouldn't be worrying about hyper shards. To be honest. I mean, that's an end game thing. You do mastery after you've already got all the shards and the mods that you want, and then the next step is hyper shards. Hyper shards aren't giving you a win button by any means. Just the regular old deadly strikes, defense rate, and destruction is all you need. Hyper shards are for min-maxing once you get to the top. Man, that is just terrible timing to die. I die right as Nash is coming out. Am I going to make it down there in time? Ooh. Just barely. Dang. Nope. Didn't make it. Spoke too soon. I stopped shooting because I thought she was dead. As long as you continue on, it doesn't matter if you're playing public or private. Take it easy there, Garrett. Enjoy your day. Look at that. That said 0 mobs left. That ain't right. That was something with the reroll. Alright, let's see what they are this time. This time it's a Yeti and a Skelly. Alright, same thing now. I gotta pay attention to the Yeti, but I gotta try not to get wrecked as soon as they're coming out this time. That's what ruined me. Yeah, I've done it once or twice, so Sadiq, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm pretty confident I could actually beat a Chaos 1 map right now on that account. Come on, Yeti, get out here. There he is. Alright, there we go. That's a lot better. It's not a matter of... I mean, I could do the natural progression, of course, is to go to adventure mode first, but I'm trying to have fun and challenge myself, you know? Adventure mode is not going to give me any challenge. I think the worst case would be maybe if I did one hard mode Betsy first. If I did one hard mode Betsy first, I think I could probably do it. I just need one more relic, basically. If I could get just one more decent relic. Or if I upgraded one of the ones I had. I haven't upgraded any of my gear in that playthrough. Alright, come on out. Come on out, Rollus. I know you wanna. Man, these guys hit so hard now. It's crazy. After campaign, the natural progression is you go to campaign, then you go to adventure mode, then you go to either expeditions or onslaught. That's the natural progression of the game. Now, I don't plan on doing any onslaught on that account, so I'm going to progress through expeditions, personally. Dang it, I missed. There we go. Nah, I rage quit DD1, David. There was an update that removed all the stuff off of the ground in your tavern and it auto-sold everything. This was several years ago. And I had thousands of hours worth of grind of gear laying around on the ground in my tavern just to show off. And it auto-sold all that stuff. And I uninstalled it. I've never reinstalled it since. I'm done with DD1. That was just too much for me to handle. I mean, it was literally thousands of hours of grind. Now I ended up having, I can't even tell you how much mana, billions of mana sitting in my forge. Literally billions. But just with all that stuff that I lost, all that gear I lost, I mean, I literally had like hundreds of ultimate plus pieces just scattered across the ground in my tavern. And with all that disappearing, I just not having it. Alright, got a little dead road. Let's see if we got any loot. Got any loot? Nothing yet. I don't use automation personally, Anthony. You want it in a faster attacking wall. Like, if I was to use automation, I would probably use it in the Squire's dummies, as that's a super fast attacking wall. It's got a cooldown of 0.7 seconds, so you want to be at that 0.7 seconds. But I currently am not really using any walls, so since I'm not using walls, I'm not using that that shard at all. I actually have never used it. I mean, I used it for testing to see how good it was, but I've never used it like as part of my normal loadout. Depends on what you want them to do there, Ion Master. You gotta decide what you want your defense to do, and that's the mods you put on it. Your first choice would be, if you're not at the defense rate or range caps, defense rate and range would be really good choices for you. After that, if you want your defense to specialize in killing bosses, you'd want anti-mini-boss. If you want it to thin out the orcs, you'd want anti-orc. If you want to get some AoE damage on it, then you'd want to put one of the boom mods. So, I mean, it completely depends on what you want to do with it. Let's see. Let's just shut these guys down. Oop. Shut these guys down right here. Hey, you know what? There, no, I don't want to do that. That's a waste. I'll do this instead, since it's got the long shot on it. Actually, I'll put it like this, and then it'll hit flyers as well. Alright, Zerkers and Healers. Wall Leech. Since I've got anti-melee and anti-chaos on my lightning strikes, they're also really good versus berserkers. So that's why I'm going heavy lightning strikes here. Been about an hour. Nice. Congrats there, Iron Master. Alright, we got long shot, EMPs. Let's get some upfront poison damage going on both of these lanes. And then for the flyers here, I kind of want to spawn kill them. So let's go Flame Aura, Lightning Strike. And Game Ogre's got long shot on it. I think we'll just stun the Game Ogre lane up in the middle of everything. I'll throw another LSA down here just for giggles. And you know what? A little Frosty Power might be good too. Where do we want it? I want it to be able to hit up top. Range is a little bit shy there. Can I not get it on top of here? Doesn't look like it. I mean, I guess I can just do that. What do we got here? Draken's Barrage. Enemies start weaker but get stronger. So we want to spawn camp these guys. Let's get some Frosty going. Well, no point in putting Frosty on those. Wouldn't hit all the mobs. Actually, I think that's good over there. What do we got here? We got Psyfrost Vanguard Whompers, Psyfrost Vanguard Throwers. Oh, man. We got the real deal going here. The Psy Lava Whompers won't be too terrible. I'm going to go 2 nodes. Lightning Flame. That leaves me 190 right here. Alright, there's no point in having Frosty. But Poison Dart Towers can get some nice damage in here. Not really, David. Oh wow, is that all I got? Wow, that's not gonna cut it. I gotta cut something out somewhere. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I kind of like that how it is. Only 3 lightning strikes. That gives me what? That gives me 80. 80's a little better. It's a LSA and 2 flames. I can live with that. Alright, I'm gonna have to stay right here though. There's no doubt about it. Hopefully this PDT crossfire is enough where if anything pushes all the way to here, they just get smoked. I guess we'll find out. Oh man, look at those guys stacked up. Oh dang, Grave Infection. That is good stuff. Come on, Lava Guardian, die already. You know you wanna. Drago him. There we go. Alright, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be here. I'm going to have to throw some upgrades on these other lanes. Let's get those up. Definitely need to get these up because the Lady Orc will end up sneaking through on me. What else? It gets kind of messy, Marcel, there's no doubt. My inventory gets really messy at times. I try to go through it and clean everything up about once a month, but it definitely gets messy. That, and currently I don't have everybody geared. I actually cut it down to the first page. So these are the heroes that I use. And these are the ones I don't really use. So these guys are all holding shards and whatnot. But I'm not really using these heroes very frequently. But this front page is what I use. Right now, anyway. I mean, I add and take away from that all the time. Alright, looking good. Now let's see if this holds on its own. There's no way it's gonna, right? It actually kind of is. You need to take it all the way up through the system there, Modded. So C1, C2, C3, you got to go through all of them. No shortcuts. Sadly. That's one of the big reasons why I don't farm for mods in lower level areas. Is I don't want to farm all those crafting materials on top of it to upgrade them. You know? Little shieldy gobs. Woo! Nice when crits happen at the same time. It looks like I had some packet loss there, Ollie. Should be recovered now, though. Lost my sky guard over there. Nope, all the ogres are stuck. WTF, stuck ogres. They're way back there, too. I live in a little town that's got a very dilapidated infrastructure. See those graves popping in there even and helping me kill those stuck mobs. Man, I just love everything about that mod. Just so good. Do that. That should remedy that problem. I don't know. I hope they start sooner than that, David. Because it'll take 5 years to make it. So, I mean, I would hope that they start way sooner. What floor did you make it to there, Modded? Or what does it say is your minimum ascension? Shieldy gobs rolling out. Let me get this lava guardian real quick first, though. Oof, man, these guys hit so hard. Get one more set of upgrades on these lightning strikes. What about these PDTs? Oh, I actually put some ups on those PDTs already. Get the flame auras. What about this lane? This lane needs love too. There we go. Looking good. Yeah, you don't want to reset then, Moded. That is way early. You want your minimum ascension to be as close to 250 as possible the first time. But on that same note as well, the higher you go, the better off you're going to be long term. So, you know, you make the, it's, you know, you choose the path though. But I can tell you that if you reset now, you're going to have to grind a lot of ascension by the time you make it back to the point where you can reset again. This is the last hit Nuke Monk Loki. I've always used a heavy for it. I use a light on when I'm doing the pet nuke, but the pet nuke alone is just not strong enough anymore at this Onslaught floor. So I went to that last hit nuke instead. Yep, you farm for Deadly Strike shards by doing Chaos 3 there, Christian. It's a grind. It's a brutal, brutal grind. Just to give you fair warning. You might end up playing the map hundreds of times before you get your first one, but that's how you do it. It drops from Chaos 3 shard packs. That's the only place it drops. So you have a chance of getting Chaos 3 shard packs doing Chaos 4, 5, 6, or 7 as well. But you're guaranteed to get them from Chaos 3. And then if you go with the win streak bonus and keep continuing, you'll end up getting two per wave. Damn birds, man. I don't know if you guys can hear that dude, but he is just squawking like crazy right outside my window. Yeah, Mystic's towers are very useful. This little crossfire PDT is just mean. I mean, anything that pushes into the area where both are going to hit it, it's just going to get annihilated so fast. The Sand Vipers are really, really strong too. And her heal, if you use the defense, her heal is the strongest heal in the game for a single heal. There's nothing bad about the Mystic, really. There we go. That actually went way smoother than I thought it was going to. What floor was that? That was 207. Got me a defender pack. I'm not complaining about free defender packs. That is for damn sure. What you should do, Marcel, is look at what you need as far as crafting materials go and farm the mats that have the crafting materials that you want is the best bet. I actually do this map quite a bit because it's so AFKable. In fact, if I was farming for shards, I would just let this map run full AFK and watch me some Netflix or something. You just get a... if you shut it down to 3 lanes, you get 300 DU per lane, which is just really, really good, you know? Oh, I don't know off the top of my head, Christian. You can look at Lightrayne spreadsheet. Exclamation info tables in chat. We'll get you a link to it. It's got all the stuff listed there. It's been, you guys got to realize, it's been over a year since I've gone and gotten those. I've never redone the maps. Alright, what do we got? Frost, a Vanguard Womp Womps with controlled burn. What about these flyers? I'm thinking this might warrant an additional Skyguard. Yeah, you know what? Maybe not, maybe not. Let me just build it like normal. Yep, this was the Ramparts back from the OG. Let's get some stun in the mix as well for that controlled burn. What else we want? Throw a snake, maybe. Somebody was asking about snakes earlier. Get a snake up in here. 92 mobs, that warrants a snake. I think that will actually do it. Let me just throw a Flamar in the middle to add a little additional DPS. Oh, actually, you know, kind of silly to leave out Frosty Power. There we go. If you just got it, then look at it. Why are you asking? I don't understand. Why would you ask what shard it is if you just got it? Look at it. It tells you right on it. Alright, what did we have coming this way? Psy-Lava Womps with Spellbreaker. So that lane is going to converge with this lane. To be honest, I think I'm just going to ignore the Spellbreaker aspect. Do I have cyborgs here? No, no cyborgs here. Unsure whether or not I like that. Alright, here we got Geohex Zerker Throwers. That'll be easy. And then coming this way, we've got the Omega Squad Iota. Let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to do this. Let's go 2 nodes right here. Actually, I can go two flames then. Actually, I can't. I can only go 1. Not enough DE left. And then here, we've got those Frost Orcs. Just go 2 nodes. And then that leaves me 70. I think just going to go 2 Flamars. I mean, I would like to be able to get a Fisher in here, but I want to make sure I have the Flamars to take care of those flyers. Since I'm going to be too stubborn to put down another flyer defense. Alright, let's see. Glitterhelm Caverns is Buried Bastille. What resource you looking for there, RL Pieces? It tells you right on the war table what mats drop from a particular area. Alright, let's see how this holds. C7? Spam Flamars. C7, as far as like naturally progressing through the expedition tiers, it's actually easier to break into C7 than it was C6 in my opinion. C7, the enemy is Cobalt, which is the flying EMP zapper. Oh, crap. Oh, this is done. Yeah, I can't recover from this. Wow, look behind yourself, for God's sakes. I looked at the mini-map and saw these red dots behind me, and I'm like, what's that? Oof, man, that went sketchy quick. Alright, I'm going to have to change something up if I actually survive this wave. You don't gain any ascension when you reset. You lose all your ascension. Oh, you already know that. You're talking about me? I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while. I imagine I would probably go up like 500, but I don't plan on resetting. I mean, I would have to go up thousands. Thousands and thousands for it to be worth it for me. Well, somehow I managed to survive that. Crazy. Lava Guardian walking this way? What are you doing, dude? That ain't the way you're supposed to be walking. Alright. Let's see, I got 10 DU left. I think I might do this. I'm gonna put... put a flame aura right here, and then I'm going to put a poison dart tower over here. I think that might help smash those frost orcs down a little. I'm going to need to upgrade that. I'm going to take that bad boy all the way up though. Yep, out of juice. There's more. There's more! I feel like here, I mean, I can get one up on that. Let me get the snake. There we go. Alright, Sadiq, have a good one. It's not that high yet. It can't be that high. 1600 plus 753, that's what, 1676, 2476, and 1947 right now. So yeah, it's what, 530? I would go up 530 levels if I did it right now. I don't play Skyrim, Jose, no. I have played Skyrim, but I don't play Skyrim anymore. It's a speed buff there, Bane. The Lava Guardian is from the Demon's Lair incursion, but when you kill him, it drops a speed buff. Get whoever looks like the most fun to you. They're RL pieces. It's going good there, Brandon. On floor 208 now. Getting a big old group of mobs bunched up here. This is going to go bad if I don't pay attention here. I need that Geo to die. But I'm not going to run up in there and kill it right now. There we go. Get off me, Mr. Assassin. Get off me. I played Mario Kart quite a bit. It's super fun. I lost my poison dart tower. I have to get it back. Well, I got mixed emotions. Do I... Yeah, I gotta get that poison dart tower back. Drago's not yelling today when I hit the button. I got music muted. Maybe Dragolich is considered music. It helps if I buff before I do that, huh? Alright, let's get that back here. Alright. I want to get some of those grave infections stacked up here, and then I feel like I can run away. It's hard to see them in a big pack of mobs, but if you look at the ground, you'll notice the little green poison effect on the ground. There it is. But that only lasts, what, 15 seconds or whatever? Shellium shards are no longer a thing, Marcel, so if you've got any from back in the day, just, you can keep them or sell them, do whatever. It's a worthless item now. That system no longer exists with the pets rotting and turning into Shellium shards. So there's no use for them at all. Look at these guys. Looks like they walk this way, then turn back around. The problem you're going to have, Moded, is when you get back to the floor to reset again, you're going to be like 200 Ascension levels away. And you're going to have to sit there and grind Ascension for hours and hours and hours. That's why you shouldn't have done it. That, and you got minimum value out of your reset. You got an Ancient Power Point, but you didn't get crap for your Ascension caps. Alright, that keeps getting destroyed, so I'm going to just get rid of that. It was a bad decision. I mean, it was a decision, you made it, now you gotta live with it. But it was not a good decision. Statistically, it wasn't. The right decision is, if you're having fun, then keep doing it. But I personally would have never done that. That's why I was urging you not to. But whatever. You know, like I said, you choose your own game. So as long as you're having fun, that's what matters. Let's do that now instead, since we can't do the I'm not going to keep dumping all that into that PDT every wave. 60 left. Is there anything that hasn't been upped? There we go. It's like Kellion's all down in here. One shot to the face. Oh. Oh, you said if. I thought you said you did. I'm sorry. Yeah, you just... It's... Like I said, you choose the game. You know, do you want to spend a few hours grinding the materials to upgrade one relic? Or push... You know, or do you want to push the floors up more now, or do you want to have to grind Ascension every time you reset? If you don't mind grinding Ascension for hours and hours and hours every time you reset, to be able to reset again, then go for it. It's just, it's not, statistically, it's not the smartest move if you go through the math and figure out what benefit you're going to get. most players aren't going to be able to go all the way to floor 80. You have to have the correct shards and mods to be able to push that far. But even going to, if you went to floor 50 would give you over 250 minimum ascension. So that means you would have no ascension grind at all in between resets. It would just be getting back to your target floor again. I mean, what you should do is go as high as you can, but at a minimum, get your minimum ascension up to 250. I mean, resetting right now, you're going to be back to your target floor. If your minimum ascension is 21, you're going to be back at your target floor by like ascension 50. And then you're going to have to grind 200 ascension levels just to be able to reset again. But on that same note, you're going to be getting the minimum amount of ascension caps each time you reset, which means you're going to have to reset more times, doing that grind more times over and over again just to get to the 999 ascension caps. I mean, you can get to the 999 ascension caps in like 10 ancient power resets now. With the current system, they made it much, much easier for people that are just joining or just getting into the system. I mean, you can get there really, really quick, but then of course you don't get the ancient power points and you don't get the gold and XP bonuses. Nah, the game has changed, Carlos. It's not 65 anymore. The first time you reset now is floor 30. It's been a while since you've played or looked at it. The system completely changed, what, about a month ago? That's one of the things that Trendy did. Now, it's a prestige system. You're supposed to lose. You're supposed to feel like you have gone back to the beginning. If not, it wouldn't be a prestige system. However, they made it so that the power you gain through it is so minimal per reset that you don't feel it. So if you do a minimum reset the very first time, there's actually, in my opinion, there's probably a really strong chance that you'll quit playing the game. Because you're going to feel like you're completely starting over again. And you're not going to have any power or the ability to get back up through the system quickly. Nice loot, congrats. No, it drops at floor 45 or floor 40 and floor 45 now, Bane. Well, I mean, at a minimum, everybody should push to floor 45 their first time. At a minimum. That way you get the rewards. You know? I mean, it's one of the biggest reasons to do Onslaught is to get the rewards, right? You get the rewards at floor 45, so go to floor 45. At a minimum, you know? Maybe try re-rolling instead of replaying, then there, Grim. If it's giving you that tough of a problem. I mean, if you're beating your head against the wall replaying the same thing, quit replaying it and re-roll it, you know? If I get lane mutators I don't like, I re-roll all the time. Why would you not? That's why it's there, you know? Definitely not there to smash your head against the wall all day. Alright, let's get out of here. Go open those defender packs. I don't think I have enough time to do floor 209. I mean, I could try. I hate going out on a fail, is the problem. And if I try it and don't succeed, I know I'm not going to have time to retry it. Let's see. Anything good? Give me something good. If you don't know, I did a post today, or yesterday, on the DD2 forums about mod rarity. If you're as frustrated as I am with the quality of mod drops that you get, then head over and post on that thread and let Trendy know that you'd like things to change. Oh, Lady Orcs are the real deal. Right now, when I lose to one of two things. Either I screw off, and am not paying attention and a boss goes through that I didn't notice. But the majority of the time, if I lose, it's due to flyers or Lady Orcs. So right now, I'm very conscious of flyers and Lady Orcs. Gots to kill them flies and Lady Orcs. Did I get the weekly done? Defeat 100 enemies with abilities. I have it. Wow, look at all these all stacked up. Maybe I should get some of these dailies knocked out to end it off. I could complete the weekly and some dailies. Hop on the old Gun Witch. Where you at, Gun Witch? Here she is. Let's see, so if I did two Ruins maps, it would finish both of those for me. So, let's head over to the Ruins. I'll do some public matches here. I'm on US West if anybody wants to join me. Forgotten Ruins it is. We all know my thoughts on Nimbus Reach. This will get my weekly and those two dailies knocked out. They're not usable right now, Marcel, but if the carnival ever comes back, they should be then. So I would hold on to them. I've got some too. I'm in it public, right? Yeah. So anyway, if you want to, feel free to join me. I'm on US West. Just gonna set this up pretty much full AFK. I'm gonna knock it out twice, get my daily completed. Sounds like, to me, you might have a shard problem then, Gurn. Maybe you're lacking a few shards, perhaps? I mean, that's way more than anything I would ever use. Alright, good enough. Oh, you know what? I gotta be able to kill some stuff. Crap, I put everything too spawn campy. I'll get him, I'll kill him down here. We'll do this. There we go. Die, baddies, die. Out of juice. I got 30 of them done in that one wave. I can get a few more here. How many was that? 38. It's not bad for one wave. Yeah, I mean, you have to... Single target defenses are best against Lady Orcs if it's a lane that doesn't have much of anything else. I mean, using AoE defenses is not doing you a whole lot of good. Now, the weapon mans are nice for the stun, but they're not going to put out much damage in comparison to a, you know, lightning strike or cannonballs. Gotta be getting close, right? 92, 93, almost there. There we go. Completed. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you then. I mean, my Lightning Strike Auras, if you got the Frosty Power Shard, or Frosty's not going to hit Lady Orcs. I don't know. I mean, Lightning Strike Auras are really, really mean. My Lightning Strike Auras with the mods I have are hitting, if I upgrade them to Tier 5, they're hitting Lady Orcs for like 30 or 40 million a tick every second. So Lady Orcs just evaporate. I mean, if that's all it is a big Lady Orc lane, and there's not a whole lot of other mobs, just do nothing but lightning strikes and cannonballs. And, I mean, you should wreck it. Unless you're just not geared for it. If you're, you know, if you don't have the shards or the gear for it, then, you know, then it's a whole different story. Man, Blitz is so mad at me. I took his... He had a little box that he was playing in. Some stuff came from Amazon. He likes to play in the boxes, you know. I threw it away last night, and he is pissed. He's, like, looking around for it. It's like, it ain't there, dude. The old box ain't there. Maps with more mobs have the chance to drop more loot. Now, whether they drop more loot or not, that's a whole nother different story, but they do have the chance to drop more loot. Go get him, Broomnado! I mean, every mob has a chance to drop a legendary. It's just that chance is ridiculously low. So more mobs is more chances, you know. But when you look at it that way, since the chance is so low, you get guaranteed loot from bosses. So if you do maps with less mobs, you can do them quicker, which would mean more loot per hour. Some of the maps with a lot of mobs that I enjoy. I really like Temple and Necrotic. You guys all know that. I always rave about that map. What pets can't you get anymore? There's quite a few pets you can't get anymore. It's actually easier to go over the list of pets that you can get than the list of pets that you can't. Why am I bothering with all this? Yeah, Game Ogre was the free loot lane. I actually mentioned that to, I think I mentioned it to Jose. It's like, what the hell, man? Give us our Game Ogre loot back. And Omega Waves. Omega Waves should be dropping loot. They should be spraying loot all over the place. That would be a whole lot of opinion there, Carlos, but probably Gates of Dragonfall, I would guess. There we go. Got my daily and my weekly done. Now, if I do it one more time, I complete one more daily. Anyway, this is a public one, so if anybody is on US West and wants to hop in, feel free. Nothing good in the box. Let's replay it. Golden Dragolich, there's only 10 in existence, so if you have a Golden Dragolich mounted, I know for a fact that there's less than 10 Dragoliches in existence, and there was never a way to earn them in-game. You have to get them directly from Trendy. Trendy has to gift it to you, is how I got mine. There was never a way to earn a Golden Dragolich ever in the history of the game. Here we go. Who we get? We got Growl. I want to see something. I want to see if Boom is proccing these. I'm going to do this. I really want to see if Boom is proccing these, this Grave Infection. I think it is. Seems like I've had Grave Infection. Seems like I've had Grave Infection pop on lanes where it shouldn't necessarily have been. So I'm not going to shoot unless I have to here. I want these Booms to get some kills. Yep, there it is. So Boom is proccing Grave Infection. Kind of makes me want to set up a different set of Fishers. Of course, the Boom has to get the kill, though. The problem I got here is with the mobs coming out one at a time, the Boom isn't getting the kills. Oh, we got one that time. There's one. It's not that you missed anything, Moted, it's that it's unachievable. Unless you're doing something actively with Trendy to assist the developers or something like that, you're just not going to get a Golden Dragolich. Same thing with the Sodium Champion. Sodium Champion's the only one I don't have. You know, Sodium Champion, you had to be in the RPG group, the remote playtesting group. And that's where Betsy White comes in too. Sodium Champion was the old RPG group pet. And Betsy White is the new RPG pet. That is not even remotely correct there, Pandu. I'll have to delete that command. That's a really, really old command. So don't put any value into that at all. That link, that's like several updates outdated. All those pets all came from the carnival event, Marcel. You got them all in one place. And that was the same thing there. It was the only place to get those pets. The carnival event had like 5 or 6 pets that you could get. You just listed them all. I think you hit all of them. Exclamation spotlights there, Pandu. Will show you all my gear. All the gear, mods, shards, all that stuff. Just pick the hero or defense that you want to see from the playlist. That's crazy that Boom is proccing Grave Infection like that. That's insanely powerful. It almost warrants... I mean, I know it'll get changed eventually, I bet, because that's way too powerful. I was going to say, I'd like to build a Fisher to go into it, because I got Melee Boom on my Flame Auras. If I built a Fisher to go along with it, and put, like, Gobu Boom on the Fisher, that would be tons of booms. Yeah, that was the old Onslaught, but those were the standard pets. They weren't any special pets. You can get all those now through Mastery. Well, I mean, you can't get all of them because there's not enough of them available, but you can get golden pets in Mastery. But those, like I said, those are all standard pets. Nothing special about any of those. And they're still earnable in game. You get a golden pet for on every Mastery tier. You got it at wave 15, 25, and 35. You would get a golden pet if you chose pet as your reward. I like that old Onslaught system. I mean, it was like an AFK fest. I'll give Trendy that, but that's one of the reasons they got rid of it. Yep, it was the old carnival event. 100% for sure there, Marcel. I've got all those as well. Actually, I have duplicates of them now from running into people selling them for too cheap on markets. Man, just, you get a couple of those Grave Infections popped, it's just too much damage. Nothing will survive it. Like, each one of those is doing like 2 million DPS. It's just going to burn through anything. Now, it only lasts for that 15 seconds or whatever. Yeah, Lavamancer, Mystic. I mean, they'd all be... There's really no bad choice there, Luke. I personally wouldn't suggest going Gunwitch or Barbarian. As you definitely want a builder. And the Gunwitch or Barbarian are not going to add anything to your builds. Oh! Too far. Chaos 5, you just want to use towers, Daniel. the cyborgs from Chaos 2 are back in Chaos 5. So, like, when I do Chaos 5, I usually use PDTs, cannonballs, ramsters, earth shatters, flamethrowers, anything that's labeled as a tower, and don't use things that are labeled as an aura or a trap, or a node. All those will get disabled by the cyborgs. It's just absurd. There's only 2 of them there. It's just melting everything. There, one just popped over there too. I was gonna do a hero spotlight on it, but the problem is if I do a spotlight on it, it's gonna get changed a lot quicker. Because Trendy does look at that stuff that I put in the videos. Maybe refresh if you got a lesser internet connection. I haven't had any connection problem though since when I had that packet loss earlier. I haven't dropped a single frame, so it's definitely something you and YouTube not getting along today there, Gurn. There we go, got that other daily done. I don't think there's going to be a new hero anytime soon, personally, but there might be. I mean, I don't know. You know, Trendy hasn't given us really any indicator of what they've been working on. Thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Got that loot spraying. That's what Game Ogre Lane should look like right there. See, head back out, check my loot, pop open those defender packs I got, and then I'm gonna call it a day. And probably gonna play a little Warframe tonight. I'm really liking Haro. Those of you that are Warframe players, I just got that frame just last week, and it's just so good. I've been getting them leveled up and formatted and all that stuff. So I've got 2 forma into him now. I want to do it like 2 more times. I'll post it on the forums there, Gurn. That's where Trendy looks for that stuff. Any suggestions? I mean, Trendy reads every single forum post, so any suggestion that you have or anything that you'd like to see, if you post it on the forums, it will 100% get read by someone from Trendy, without a doubt. So that is the best way to communicate with them. Sell that to somebody for cheap. No loot though. That's terrible. Alright, let's check those defender packs. So you can do the greenies first. Oops, wrong button. Oh, no, there it is. Oh crap, I hit reroll. Dang it, that's not what I meant to do. Or did I? Yeah, I did. I hit reroll by accident. Mesa's really good. Charlie, Mesa's supposed to be the next, or a lot of people are theorizing that Mesa will be the next prime. The next prime frame. Check this blue one out. Oh, that's just bad. I'm gonna reroll that. Well, That's just equally as bad. What, 655,000 gold? Guess I'll take it. I'll take the gold. Anyway, everybody, that is going to do it for today, though. Pardon me. Thank you all so much for swinging by. I do really appreciate you. I'll probably be streaming a little Warframe tonight over on Twitch. If any of you all are into the Warframes, feel free to swing by. It won't be till late. I actually seriously thought about that, David, playing that remastered Spyro. There's a couple of games. What else was there? There's a game that when I initially looked at, I thought this is like something I would have played with my kid when he was 6. What is it? I can't find it now. Let's see, I'm looking through Steam right now. You guys are gonna laugh when I tell you the name of it because I just can't remember the name, but I should remember the name. Man, I just don't see it either. I'm not sure. Anyway, that will do it. Do it for now, everybody. Thank you all so much for swinging by. I do appreciate you. Like I said, I'm not 100% positive, but there's a really good chance I'm going to be live tonight over on Twitch with some Warframe. If so, that will start at about 11 p.m. Pacific time. So might be a little bit friendlier for anybody over in Europe. That is, that's 6 hours from right now. But thanks an absolute ton once more, and I will see you all next time around. Take it easy.